Mr. Lynch, life's all benign, whatever. Good morning, Mr. Simply, Mr. Simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, no. Questa è una nota di Lynch. It's February 22, 22nd, 2026, and it's so it's only 7 days to the end of this February 2026, it's a Sunday in Naples today. Totally clear as you can notice. Sky atmosphere in general, day sky atmosphere in general, really beautiful in fact. It also seems to now, perhaps also with the one golden day, consider more golden day, but in general, this one, it seems to now. It's early afternoon 14 and yesterday 14 and 1 minutes 6 in the final 16 Celsius. It means it's really cold, like this. Best fact questi classici aggettivi. This was also for the winter period. Questa cosa for the consider effect chantan for the last June 17. So factory come for the was as regard last past summer. Sapson non remember from the minimum specific figure body. Sector Heroes come for the cardio to now studio winter come them and previous ad esempio in particular on 16th of PM in Italy whereas Rapson some non remember figure body some body which is supposed to did I'm sure try to the remaining things for the sim at the society at the same ma purpose effect the patient to watch is better no per spark so to me and then the rest doing the wish so the spring some new to sense factor the spring so soft for example the other for the auto once again yachi soft so in general for this is repeat sa classic adjective as I the degrees at least for me always I think the same to absolutely complain but no in this period because it's winter it's cold so we complain should complain but when I say the sentence absolutely can complain I'm referring to me particular perhaps really for on this period for the fact I don't feel cold I bet I feel less than other people than because of Brexit I bet in particular I do and follow since I'm a I always factor to fight the cold and when I come in the winter period the winter weather parts period I always try to combat which I can notare su Brexit in the case I wrote it the first part of this comment with the asterisk so many interest in notare su Brexit si repeat sia in the first part of this comment in asterisk with this asterisk I don't know if it's for a few of later think not in fact I think they feel cold if I later think oh yes I don't know this is them I think 95% feel cold or in general in some way for me was good instead but it's got also in general see for sure something is just for it's really beautiful at least it seems like me feeling some function this being really afternoon I think it's an protection what it is and repeat it just before 6 and 8 fine it is 16 Celsius important in questa atmosphere tanti squidli but before today we have it's beautiful. Those causing such an made as you can notice and now I see the things related to sun generation in particular first things fact and I start with refrain classico nella parola del song sulle mie because si sing speaking I'm to man non la passo summer start sul mio rimane flor mio non la passa summer cinque boy so ma tu sola più bella che oh sola mia sta in fronte a te oh sola mia sta in fronte a te sta in fronte a me sta in fronte a te questa è la musica si sta continua perché questa chant you can notice live today near the enemy it's not only beautiful it does sublime session and sense the third thing effect perhaps non è it's impossible but beautifully like this to this session so che siete I guess you can with the thing now but considering senza ne scappa, the period change fast when consequence no most consequences point as start of October an hour before so factory behind in from now let them and sky for rather 3 hours and 45 minutes yes. Maximum 50 yes more or less in comparison but I'm fancy one with completely different time for my judgment maybe also can see or in my judgment we also can see scheduled and we also can use the term scheduled I in general expect to see time. Quella su sinistra from the video quindi not working in class from the first mix once in curte since last November one mangarting so birthday breve particolare birthday only for the sono see it was a beautiful grey curtain beautiful painted with branches to on the path back for the brave sono curtain looting se diventa serie di una opzione che una comments in the section should be pointed at the second perhaps for two where one of them serie di una section and if you can see not as it was really well if the shot in RPM creative in yes seeding in flowers and flowers and mixed plants. Or if not, in better should be from the research practice first part of video which Perugia showed you the weather the scatter sia già classico medical window, classico medical room, also se absolutely necessary medical window era medical room. Or from Blurry's perspective, also when Isaiah practices a shot similar to classical shot every monitor scored. Sometimes they really remember what they do, but I don't remember exactly the sure monitor score. For the very scuttini bit before the routine before the match, also for the first of the so the parts of the routine infantry exactly surely. The routine is in the video legend one of the and one day as soon as I mentioned it. I was saying this shot is ready to effect that buff when there is integral shooter, also when there is at tomorrow when there is success case measure. As you had the latest picture center sinise per il cortini bit before cortini before the match la posizione che for the first of the nostro da porta cortini forse che on termine exact is also in this case now say to finish the cortini already but repeat the special also in case for 5 times yes is little speech sentence it is but also and always better visible for me needs sentiriti in this shot at si quanti miti con la gene shot si carico riconosciuto non ti not mistake not citizens first is last October but important all is important that also please not visible now serie di picture center for the ultimo favorite because so varie giusto favorite so repeat once again but also and always better visible for me it's sentirti in shot si può simile con la genere shot and finally mamma mia dico chi Biologics 640 PG 635 also you guess me genere shot in a few weeks also from shots in fact I filmed exactly on January 24th in a shot which you can see the actual condition for the keeper but actual conditions December 2nd 2024 in fact since that there was no the main problem is the fact that there is no light also other little problems but one problem in particular but the main problem is the factor of the light and one day so I try to fix it. It's only people of Lojan reports are getting at work. What's the problem, sister? Also, myself, and also Buskis. And finally, you living at breakfast. So it's it in general, also, yes. fact when you late me for instance if maybe this last 31 occasion fact for first time it's late in Java for the people it's late ball from my record but not the tour from my hours suppose from ours so can not happen all right breakfast resource but it's better between December and January since February less since February until the spring less obviously also in the summer less but at the same time it's late. But بقول important att se فريق för record jag sembra che tre tue sono effect max finterne sem bit statuita finterne parte mette tu sia se sen che tre queste cose me tre su straccio vai tu ripito vedi close di record le tue sono mers infatti si mettono no morno degli stessi già si fu era già sto roll io già sto in code 14-1 mius but l'importante show cinema set in some way also today fortunately so a million angry and that's we always say Ecco fa sono il nostro build class world. Absolutely. Tomorrow is supposed to be fun time. I can't do tomorrow to call 11 now I see. And now I repeat things that just before things for last time. Fact this was the second thing before. Fact su cui notare si shine not only si beautiful lead that sublime shine for instance this is the this is the thing before. So also can see it for last time. Fact si perhaps no it's impossible to build a key so to this session so it once again. Today with this beautiful indeed sublime repeat absolutely no these cases sunshine in content sense I would like to wish a very happy 67th birthday to the legendary mythical Kyle MacLachlan. Kyle, it's your birthday. Yes. Also known as in our legenda, infatti in great mythical FBI special agent Bartolo Cooper, or also the contrary was also the same thing, same person. And so if you hear music, it's perhaps I divided this attributed of weather reports to give this birthday of this year. In some parts, even if also in past years I did this thing, and it's a thing generally I do, also for other birthdays of other persons, not only for the world for Mr. Lynch. And so if you had, in the case, see for the full video version, you know, nelle weather reports videos, nei video su YouTube channel, I also insert most of the audio of my interpretation, in the case for the full video versions, only for the audio, also for the full video versions. See also the links when it appears in the top price cards, perhaps in the final skin, perhaps also links in the comments. So once again, a very happy 67th birthday to Kyle K. MacLachlan. So once again, for the moment, once again, I'll see you. Tomorrow is supposed to try. I can't do tomorrow to 11. I'll see. Now I repeat two things last time, yes, two things I just before last time. In fact, this was the first thing was the second thing I said just before. Yes, the fact that Sashan and Tony is beautiful. Indeed, that's my Sashan consensus. And this is the second thing that was the third thing before. The fact that when an abuse like this, it's impossible to like this not to kiss Sashan.